one customer can file many claims. So what we have to do is we have to make a option wherein customer can enter their information. Along with, they should be able to add their claim information. So they can submit multiple claims. What it means is we have to establish one to many relationship between the customer entity as well as claims entity. I have noted down a few high level steps here. The first step is going to be from the database side. We have to create customer table, we have to create claims table, then we have to establish the relationship between the customer table and the claims table, one to many relationship. Come back to Appian side, we have to create a new application. Then we have to start with the CDT data store constant interface followed by the process model. Finally, we have to test and validate our changes. Let's get started. We will connect to database and we will start creating a customer table as well as a claims table. So I'm going to click on new table creation process. I'm going to give name as a customer table. I would like to prefix a mainly because I already have a customer table. So in case if I don't prefix and if I keep just the customer table, I won't be able to create because it's going to consider as a duplicate table name. That is why I have prefixed with the letter A. So in my customer table, I will create something like 7 columns. First one is going to be ID, and that is going to be my primary key. Next is first name, last name, email, phone number. Then probably I can give address, city, state, zip code, maybe SSN, and I'm going to keep everything as a varchar. And my length is going to be 50 characters. So I will copy this 50 and paste for the remaining columns. When you enter the data type as varchar, it is mandatory that you need to provide the length. Okay, so I'm going to ignore the last one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns for my A customer table. And I'm going to save this. Okay, it has been saved. And I'm going to create one more table. This is to store the claims information. Again, I'm going to prefix with the A claims. And I'm going to add 6 columns. So the first one is going to be ID, like a customer we do have ID, same way a claims table also I need to create a primary key, that is going to be ID, followed by the claims type, claim amount, claim created date, then location, and I'm going to create customer ID. So this is going to be integer, and claim type is going to be varchar. Claim amount I'm going to keep varchar again, uh, or probably I can also go with the decimal, and location is going to be varchar. Customer ID is going to be int. Remember again, varchar I need to specify some length here, so this is going to be varchar again. Okay, next, make sure this customer ID is going to be a foreign key. What it means is the customer's ID I'm going to store in the claims table, and this is the column which is going to store the customer's ID. So let's say I have a customer whose ID is 1, and they created 5 claims. So in my claims table I'll be having 5 entries, and all the 5 entries will be having the same customer ID because those 5 claims are related to the same customer. Okay, let's move on to Appian designer side now. Before that, I'm going to save this record. Click on save. Okay. Probably I can also edit this because I have forgot to make it null. So I'm going to change and make it this one. This is the primary key. I cannot keep it null. So rest of the information probably I can do, but I don't want to do it for customer ID because otherwise record is going to be orphan records in the claims table. Similarly, for I'll go back to a customer, a customer, and I need to slightly modify the structure. So select all and change. I'm going to mark first name, last name, email, phone, pretty much all fields as null except ID, which is primary key. So click on save. Okay. From the database side, I'm good. I have created a customer table, claims table, and I have established the relationship. Let's connect to Appian Designer, and we will start creating a new application. I'm going to give the application name as something like um, A to Z club, and click on create. So my application is going to have the prefix as AC. Name of the application is AC club and the prefix is AC. I'm going to retain the existing application security. This is the default settings. I will go back to application easy club, and it is already created some of the folder structure for me. Let's begin with the CDD. That is the first step. I'm going to create from the database table, select data source and the table name. In this case is a customer table. Click on continue. Retain the default settings, just uncheck this and click on create. Okay, customer CDT has been created, and now we will create another CDT for the claims table. So create from the table from the view data source. This time I'm going to select A claims. Click on continue. Again, uncheck this data store. Click on create. Okay, we have a CDT for both the tables, that is claims table as well as customer table. Now we will create a data store. I'm going to give as data store name as customer claims DS. Retaining the existing data store security. Here I need to provide the entity. I'm going to create something like customer and the type as AC claims. Sorry, first one is going to be AC customer. Click on OK. Save. Again, you can add another entity as well. This time it's going to be claims, and this is going to be A ACA claims is the data type for the second entity. Click on save. So this particular data store has been created for two tables and automatically update the database schema. If there's a difference or the discrepancy, it is going to update automatically. And click on verify. Now you can save and publish. Okay, let's go back to my notes here. I have completed this step, these three steps. This is from the DB side. From the application has been created. CDT is done. Data store is done. Now we have to work on the constant. Let's do that. Click on create. Click on constant. I'm going to create customer constant. Click on data store entity. Select the data store entity as AC customer claims data store entity. Here you have the option to select the table. In this case, I'm going to select customer and click on create. Okay. Similarly, I'm planning to create one more constant. I may not use it for this use case, but it is needed for some other use case. So I'm going to create claims constant. Again, select the type as data store entity. Data store is going to be my AC customer claims DS entities. This time I'm going to select claims. Click on create. Okay, we have completed constant creation part. Now we will create interface. For that, click on new and click on interface. I'm going to give name as AC customer claims interface. Click on create. Okay, special character. Maybe I need to give underscore over here. Okay. Next, we will configure the claims as well as customer information using builder data builder we have here, and I can create the data type AC. I do have a customer. Click on generate, and I can also okay. I have already completed customer information, and I need to bring even claims information as well. Let's do that. I'm going to make some changes here. So I'm going to create one more column. One more column to store the claims info. Add comma, and I will add next column layout. This is my third column layout. Before that, I need to make a rule input configuration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on new rule input. I'll say AC underscore A claims claim, and type is going to be AC underscore A claims. This is going to be type of A customer. This is going to be A claims. Okay. Now we will add claims read information here. This is going to be claims type claims amount. So claim type, and next one is to be claim amount. Claim amount, claim created location, claim created date, location. Okay, but we need to modify the column name as well here. Claim type, I need to make it this as a claim dot claim type. So I'm going to copy the same or save into value, and next one is going to be claim amount. It's going to be claim amount. Copy this to input value to save into. Next one is going to be claim created date. I'm going to select claim created date over here. Next is going to be the location. So select location here, and this is going to be the location. Okay, save the changes and we'll see how my interface looks like. Okay, I do have customer information, first column as well as second column. Third column is all about claims information. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 fields, and it has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Of course, ID is going to be the primary key, and the customer ID we have to get it from the customer table while inserting the data into the database in the process model. So right now we do have second, third, fourth, and fifth column in the interface. Okay, now we are done with the interface. The next step is going to be the creation of the process model. Let's create that. Okay, now we will create a new process model to insert customer information as well as claims information to the database. For, for that, I'm going to click on new and select process model object. I will specify name as customer claims process model. Click on create. I'm going to retain the default process model security. Click on save. My process model is created with the just start node and end node. Next, we will drag and drop user input task onto the canvas. Next, we will drag and drop write to data store entity. We will need one more write to data store entity, one for customer table and one for claims table. I'm going to add here as customer record, and this is for claims record task. This script task is basically to extract the ID of the newly inserted customer record and pass it to claims record. Okay, now we'll quickly configure one by one. First one is forms, and select AC customer forms here. Click on yes. Default node input will be created. Keep everything as it is. Go to assignment. Click on process initiator. Then go to data. You by default system is going to create four input, one for customer, one for claim, and other one is for cancel and read only. So we will no need to make any changes to the cancel and read only. We'll keep as it is, but we will create a new process variable for customer table. So I'm going to give name as customer record. Click on OK and select the customer record over here, and we will create one more new variable. This is for claims record. Click on OK and select claims record here as well. So we have created a process variable for claims record and process variable for customer record. We will see those two variables over here, customer record and claims records. I'll edit this. I'll give name as record. Okay, so we are done with the user input task configuration. Next we will configure write to data store. Select data store entity here. This is my data store entity customer. Click on OK, and we have to create one more new input. So basically we are inserting customer data entity, and to store the value I'm going to create a new input. In this case is going to be add customer info. This is going to be of type AC A customer, and value is going to be my customer record. This is the process variable customer record which we created a couple of minutes back, and in the output, once a record is created, it is going to give back complete record set including the ID. So that to store that, I'm going to create new variable, say new customer record. Click on OK. Now we'll go back and check the process variable. This is the customer record which we are going to get from the interface. This is the claims record which we are going to get from the interface. But this is the one new customer record. Once the customer record has been created in the database is going to return the value with the ID that I'm going to store here. Okay. Next, we need to configure a script task. Here in the script task, no need to make any changes to the input tab. Go to output tab, and here click on new. Here, click this edit, select PV process variable, new customer record. From this record, we do have many values. New customer record. We do have, in case if you put dot notation, sorry, new customer record. Just a minute, let me make a small correction here. Go to process variable. Oh, okay, new customer record. It should be of type A customer. So click that. So new customer record of should be of type A customer, and customer record should be also of type A customer. Claims record should be of type claims record. Okay, now come to script task and click on data. Go to output tab. Click on expression editor. Select PV new customer record. Now you will get option, but we are interested only in the ID because we have to extract the ID from the customer table and we need to pass the ID value to claims table. So click on save and close, and this value I'm going to store claims record and customer ID. So this ID database is going to create for the claims table. These 1, 2, 3, 4 we are going to read it from the interface, but customer ID we don't receive it from the interface. That is why what we are going to do is once the customer information is inserted successfully, we are extracting the ID and we are storing it in this particular column, customer record dot customer ID. Click on OK. We are done with the user input task. We are added a configuration to the customer write to data store entity. We are just finished script task and we left with write to data store entity for the claims record. So click on properties and we will add that now. Select this time it's going to be claims table, that is data store entity. As usual, we have to create one more operation here. So add claims details, like how we did for customer details, same way. And the type is going to be A claims, and the value is going to be we need to select claims record here. We no need to save into for this because we are not saving this data. However, we have to pass the claims record value. Click on OK. Now validate this process model. It looks good, no errors, no warnings. Now publish, save and publish. Okay, before I run this, I wanted to truncate my table. I wanted to clear my table. I don't want to have any data, so delete. Yes, so table is empty now, empty result. Similarly, I'll make sure that I don't have any data in the claims table. Click on delete, click on yes. Okay, it's empty result, so I don't have any data. Fine. Now we'll go back to process model and we will test this process model. Okay, it is waiting for user input task. So I will launch this view form expand this and I'll enter Suresh is my first name and Arena is my last name. SR at gmail.com is email address. Address is 123 Main Street. City is Tustin, California. And 111 is SSN. Zip code is 6754646 is the zip code. Phone number is say 121212, and the claim type is say auto claim, and the claim amount is say $45.10, created on July 12, 2022, and location is say San Francisco, SFO. Click on submit. We have submitted the form. We'll refresh now. Okay, it passed through all these steps. It has written the data to customer table, it has extracted the customer ID, it has inserted the records to the claims table as well. Now we will verify the data in the customer as well as the claims table. First we will check in the customer table. Data is there, Suresh Reina, and SSN, zip, state, city, everything has been displayed correctly. The ID of this record is going to be 4. What we wanted is this 4 should be inserted into the claims table. So let's see the claims table. Yes, this is the claims table. Claim type is auto SF4. Claim amount is $45, and customer ID is going to be 4. So that way we have inserted customer as well as claims information by maintaining one-to-many relationship. If you want, we can again create more claims for the same customer, and we can add it. And we every time whenever we insert, it is going to insert a new claims record, but it uses the same customer ID, that is for this customer. That's all for this video. Thank you very much.